Are we ever going to see Pennywise again after It Chapter 2? You know, that creepy clown from Stephen King's story? Well, it seems like the saga might not be over just yet. So will there be an It Chapter 3 or maybe even a movie that goes back in time? In It Chapter 2, we catch up with the Losers Club, played by actors like James McAvoy, Bill Hader, and Jessica Chastain, as they return to their hometown to face Pennywise once more. It's all about remembering the past and confronting new horrors. The movie delves into their friendships and how they cope with the trauma they experienced as kids. With some flashbacks to the younger versions of the characters, it's a full circle kind of deal. But does this mean Pennywise is really gone for good? It was a huge success, raking in $700 million worldwide for Warner Bros. And New Line. Now, with the lengthy runtime of It Chapter 2, it seems like the sequel might even surpass its predecessor. But here's the big question. Is It Chapter 2 truly the end of the wildly popular It saga? Or could there be more to come in It 3 or maybe even a prequel? Let's dig into what we know. It Chapter 2 brings closure to the tale adapted from Stephen King's novel. Pennywise's threat to Derry is dealt with, though not without significant sacrifices from Bill, Bev, Richie, and the rest of the losers. The sequel also ties up the loose ends of the Losers Club's individual stories, finally putting their childhood traumas to rest. Plus, we get to learn more about Pennywise's origins, and the Losers Club decisively put an end to their battle with the evil clown. So in terms of the Losers Club and their journey, it seems like we've reached the end of the road without retreading old ground. But that doesn't mean there aren't possibilities for more It movies with different characters. After all, horror flicks have a knack for bringing monsters back for more scares, so who knows what the future holds? While director Andy Muschietti has made it clear that there won't be an It Chapter 3 following the Losers Club story, that doesn't mean we've seen the last of Pennywise. Muschietti hinted at the possibility of more It movies, pointing out the rich mythology surrounding the character. This is the end of the losers' battle against Pennywise, as per the book, but Stephen King's universe is vast. Pennywise has a long history, spanning centuries, and he resurfaces every 27 years. So, if we delve deeper into the lore, there's plenty of potential for more chilling tales. So, how about an It prequel focusing on Pennywise's origins as the third movie in the franchise? With Pennywise becoming such an iconic movie monster, it's no wonder fans are intrigued by the idea. In It Chapter 2, we learn that Pennywise isn't even from our world. He arrived millions of years ago in what would become Derry, Maine. There's a whole backstory waiting to be explored, from his relentless attacks every 27 years over centuries to how he took on the form of Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Plus, diving into the prequel could introduce us to new characters facing off against Pennywise in different time periods. Considering the massive success of It Chapter 2, it's pretty likely that horror buffs haven't seen the last of Pennywise just yet. Now, speaking of prequel, let's talk about Welcome to Derry. The Stephen King universe just keeps on expanding, doesn't it? Over the past decade alone, we've seen a whopping 12 film adaptations and 9 TV series based on his works. And when it comes to It, well, that story has been captivating fans since the novel's release in 1986. Remember the 1990 miniseries with Tim Curry as Pennywise? That was a huge hit on ABC, and it's been etched into pop culture history ever since. Now, Pennywise isn't your run-of-the-mill villain. Unlike some of King's other baddies who are just regular people with a dark side, Pennywise oozes evil in every form he takes. You see him, you know trouble's brewing. And guess what? Warner Bros. Discovery's new streaming service, Max, has some exciting plans in store. Riding high on the success of Andy Muschietti's It films, they've greenlit a prequel series called Welcome to Derry. Production's already underway, so get ready to delve even deeper into the sinister world of Pennywise and Derry. In Welcome to Derry, we won't see Bill Skarsgård reprise his spine-chilling role as Pennywise, as confirmed by the man himself in an interview. However, the cast is still shaping up quite nicely. Here's who we know so far. Taylor Page, known for her roles in A24's crime drama Zola and Netflix's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, is set to join the cast. You might also recognize her from her upcoming gig alongside Eddie Murphy in Beverly Hills Cop: Axel Foley. Jovan Adipo, a British actor acclaimed for his performances in Fences, Overlord, and HBO's Watchmen series, is also on board. James Remar, famous for his portrayal of Harry Morgan in the TV series Dexter and appearances in Quentin Tarantino films like Django Unchained and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, will be part of the lineup. Chris Chalk, known for his work in Netflix's When They See Us and HBO's Perry Mason, is bringing his talent to the series as well. We've got Madeleine Stowe from The General's Daughter and Steven Ryder from Daredevil joining the crew too. With Pennywise's penchant for targeting children or adults haunted by their childhood encounters with him, as seen in It Chapter 2, we can expect some fresh faces to join the cast soon. But perhaps the most eagerly awaited announcement is who will step into Pennywise's clown shoes for this prequel series. Welcome to Derry takes us back to the 1960s, delving deep into the origin story of Pennywise the Clown, leading up to the events depicted in the first It film. While It Chapter 2 hinted at Pennywise's beginnings, the full story remains shrouded in mystery. Stephen King himself expressed his excitement for the prequel series in a press release, highlighting the continuation of the eerie tale of Derry, Maine, and praising Andy Muschietti's involvement alongside his sister Barbara in overseeing the chilling proceedings. As for the storyline, the details are still under wraps, but hints can be gleaned from the breadcrumbs left in Muschietti's films. For instance, in the first movie, Ben shares findings with the Losers Club, revealing Derry's dark past as a beaver trapping camp. He recounts the chilling tale of the 91 people who vanished after signing the Derry Township Charter, leaving behind only a trail of blood-soaked clothes leading to the old well house. You know, according to King, Derry is like the spookiest, luckily totally fictional, city in America, packed with mystery and heartache. Pennywise, that creepy clown, only pops up every 27 years, spending his time scaring the daylights out of kids and even some grown-ups and causing all sorts of havoc. And it's not just a fluke that Derry's darkest moments seem to line up with his appearances. Now, the prequel series isn't going all the way back to the settlers' days, but it hints that this shape-shifting monster who feeds on fear has been honing his terror skills for centuries before the 1960s origin story. All four of them will also wear the executive producer hats alongside Roy Lee, Dan Lin, and Shelley Meals. As for filming, it kicked off in Toronto and Port Hope back in May 2023, with plans to wrap up by December. Andy Muschietti even gave us a sneak peek on Instagram, confirming the start of filming on May 7, 2023. But alas, there was a hiccup in July 2023 when the SAG-AFTRA strikes caused filming to hit pause. However, fear not, production is set to kick back into gear in early 2024.